grade school, when you were in grade school, did they even have social media? What was it like, and who did you look up to?
I mean, I'm
in
not
grade school?
1,000 years old, but
Well, I mean, like, I thought we were still in middle school, right?
okay. In middle
High
school, I did not have we didn't have social media. In high school is when MySpace became the jam, like, that's when people got on MySpace. When I got in college, that's when Facebook became a thing. But Facebook actually at the time was only for college students. You had to have a college email address to even sign up for Facebook. In my college, Fresno State was actually one of the first 20 schools that was like testing out Facebook. So we started Facebook even earlier than everybody else. But we had MySpace, and MySpace, I think is when it first started, because they had the top 8, and like you're trying to be on everybody's top 8 because you want to be everyone's favorite person. And they started changing it to where you could like adjust your top 8 and make the first person and change it. Before it used to just be like a top 8 was a top 8. So I think that's kind of when it started, and people started like, oh, I gotta be everybody's favorite person. And now it kind of goes along with likes and followers and all of that kind of stuff.
That's facts. So the 559, Fresno State, you live in Fresno. How was that? Were you in a sorority? Were you been a new sport? Did you follow your football team? Your basketball team for Fresno State?
Yeah, funny. So the sorority thing, I actually tried to join one of the black sororities, and they did not want me to be on it because the girl that was like the president, there was a guy she liked and he liked me, so they did not pick me for that reason. So after that, like because my friend who was also white, one of my roommates, they picked her to do it, and my other roommate to do it, and I was the only one like at the time that had attended all the events and the charity stuff leading up to like pledging, and they didn't pick me. And then both of them were like, no, you probably just need to talk to like the president and just like tell her that you don't like that guy and yada yada. And I was like, I am sorry, but I am not going to be a part of a group that's supposed to like empower black women and all this kind of stuff, and you didn't choose me strictly because a guy likes me. Like at that point I was like, this happened I think my freshman year, and after that I never had any desire to be in any sorority. So did not do that, and I think that's when I kind of focused more on just doing sports and being in that realm. And so yes, I heavily followed all of my college teams. Like our women's basketball team was actually really, really good and made it all the way to the Sweet 16, no, Elite 8 I think, one of my years. And they were actually really good, and every year I always make sure I go to a Sparks game, at least one. One of my little sisters actually is on the dance team for the Sparks, so she drives out here during the summertime, like every week, and does the games. She's the youngest girl on the team, only 16, and yeah.
And it's a college team?
No, she's on the Sparks, LA Sparks, the WNBA team.
Wow.
The dance team for them. Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't even know.
Yeah, for the WNBA, the girls can be 16 to be on the dance team, and then obviously for NBA and NFL, you have to be 18. So she's on the WNBA team right now for the dance team, not basketball. But yeah, so I have a soft spot for women's basketball. I think it's really entertaining if you actually go to games. But yeah, I followed all my sports pretty much.
Congrats to her, making the WNBA cheerleading team.
Yeah.
That is priceless. I saw her dance actually. I remember you showing her the video.
Oh yeah, I did. That's right.
But she is a talented dancer. What's her name? Let me shout her out.
Kaya.
Kaya Johnson?
No. She's under 18. I'm not telling people her last name.
Oh yeah, so she probably still has to have like a parent guardian signature when she joins Sparks. Like
Yeah.
Because she's not legally.
Yeah. I mean, and she's old enough to work, so she gets like paid like regular, but yeah.
That's awesome. She's following your lead,
She's exceeding my lead for sure. She's doing amazing.
So that process was actually quicker than yours, like doing a WNBA team at 16. Like you weren't doing that at 16. What were you doing at 16?
Absolutely not.